I thought I hated turn-based games, but I did like Sea of Stars, and Darkest Dungeon 2, and Slay the Spire. I might actually like turn-based games. But this wasn't always the case. The waiting, the reading, the complex systems of builds, and making inefficient choices always haunted me. So I would just shut the game off and go play something more actiony and straightforward. Surprisingly enough for me, I think I'm starting to come around to turn-based games. A notable change is the addition of QuickTime events and sequences for extra damage or dodging during combat has been the extra garnish someone like me needed. Maybe I'm just smooth-brained, but I just can't play 50 hours of TFT. But this, I can enjoy. And let me back up a bit. It's the year 2000, and my brother gets a PS2 and the hype is unreal. One of the first games he gets into, Final Fantasy X. I'm watching on the sidelines with zero understanding of how things are happening, just that they're happening. Cool fight after cool fight, and hours of running around town with countless dialogues. I couldn't wait for my turn to play. Ultimately, I never could play much of these games, in part because my older brother would never let me touch his games.
And her name is Sony.
So, the unconnected controller is something of a nostalgic memory of mine. However, anytime I'd get the chance, I would sneak in some playtime on his PS2, boot up Final Fantasy X, and very quickly find it boring. My attention span would wander. I never thought the games were bad, I just always felt like I was missing something I couldn't see, something all my friends were raving about. And you're probably thinking, but surely you must have at least played Pokemon as a kid. Pretty much every kid who could did, right? So I did, but I have a confession to make. I've never once beat any of the Elite Four, not a single time. Thinking back, I think I mostly played because my brother and my friends did too. And it felt like I was playing side by side with them, going to school, talking about who caught what, how far into the game they got, or showing my latest evolution to my brother while we loaded ourselves with cheese fries at Chili's, giving our parents a much needed break from us. And when my brother stopped playing, due to beating the game far faster than I could have ever hoped, like the impatient trainer I was, I used a connector cable to transfer all of his high level Pokemon over to my save, thinking I could use them at will, and overcome with excitement at my newly acquired level 100 Charizard, I thought nothing stood in my way. Only to realize Charizard saw right through my little throne of lies and clearly noticed a lacking collection of gym badges and disobeyed my every will. Ugh, I don't want to have to beat the gym leaders, I just want to play, the little boy exclaimed. Oh, another confession, in Vice City and San Andreas, I never did any of the missions. I only ever free roamed, ever. But let's save that for another time. I feel like I finally enjoy turn-based games, and it makes me think, did the games evolve or did I? Am I finally able to appreciate these games where I couldn't before? Whatever the reason, it's obvious this is the perfect time to give these games a shot. There's so many to enjoy. And I never thought I'd say this, but some of the most enjoyable games lately have been turn-based. I know simply calling them turn-based is reducing it heavily. There's more to them than just their combat, but that's something I wasn't able to truly see before, because for the longest time, and admittedly I still do sometimes, I often default to thinking that a game is only as good as its combat. It's a simple way of thinking, sure, but I feel like I can always overlook a bad story, graphics, or even bugs if the game's combat at least feels good or fun. I definitely feel like that way of thinking for me is expanded. It's opened up to knowing and seeing that it doesn't have to just be action combat to be good. It can still be fun, if only delivered in a different way. And writing off some games just because they aren't presented the same way to you over and over again shouldn't be a good enough reason to overlook a game that just may be a core memory waiting to be unlocked.